Hi, Melanie Muenchinger, illustrator for Gina K Designs. Today I'm going to be sharing another video with my Stamper's Favorite set from Gina K Designs. It has all these beautiful feminine images in it, but I realized that I hadn't yet shown you anything with this feather. This is great for any all-occasion cards, ones that you want to have be very neutral and natural, or for masculine designs. The card that we're going to be making today is this All the Best card. The supplies that you'll be needing for this are some white cardstock, dark chocolate, and Moonlit fog. These are from the Pure Luxury line from Gina K Designs. You'll also need some scissors, some pop dots, and adhesive. We're going to use several different neutral pads today. We have the Moonlit fog, the black Onyx, the Kraft, the dark chocolate, and then finally we're going to use the white pigment ink with a water brush, and I'm going to show you how to fill in the shaft of that feather. You're also going to need the Stamper's Favorite set, so I'm using the feather and the greeting, so you'll need a small and a medium block for these. Some raffia. I got this about 10 years ago, a huge bundle of it, and I still have tons of it left. It kind of multiplies like confetti, so that's just a little natural element you can add. And one of the Kraft buttons from the Pure Luxury line. And finally, I'm going to be using this textured stamp from Gina K's Timeless Texture set. And this is just a really beautiful shadow stamp that gives some texture on your cards. It looks like a piece of linen after you stamp it. So I love how these feathers look stamped, but I'm going to show you how with some scissors you can really make this feather look very realistic and kind of scrappy. Okay, so to begin, we're going to start with our white mat, and I'm going to do some collage stamping with the feathers. So let's go ahead and start with my light color, and we'll work light to dark. So I'm just going to ink this up. You see there's a lot of staining on this stamp. It's a really well-loved stamp, even though I haven't done a video with it yet, but I've used it on a lot of cards. So collage style stamping just simply means that you're going to be stamping at random in different angles, either with one image or different images from the same set to create a coordinating background for your focal point. Okay, so now let's do some of the chocolate. Okay, so I'm going to have a full feather going here. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp this off. So you see I'm turning the stamp just to fill in the different areas and also to showcase the different parts of that image. And then finally we will finish with the Moonlit fog. So let's have one going this way. And then one going this way. See, that just looks like a bunch of falling feathers, so I love that look. Now I'm going to go ahead and make my embellishment. So I'm going to stamp the Moonlit fog again. And there's a lot of different ways to stamp this feather, whether you want to emboss it, whether you want to use a darker ink like a black so that you see the outline a little bit more. I've just found that I really like it tone on tone the most because I think that looks most like a realistic feather. Then we're going to take the water brush, or you could just use a regular paintbrush that you have some water to moisten the end. And I'm just going to touch it to the tip of my pad just to kind of lick up a little bit of that color. And I'm just going to just gently trace it over the shaft of that feather. And I found that doing that looks a lot more natural than trying to draw in the line with a white gel pen. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. And really the only fussy cutting part of it is going around just those little fuzzy barbs at the bottom. You can go as close to the image as you want or kind of leave those free. And then after we're done cutting it, we're just going to follow those same lines in the illustration and just make several cuts into the feather. And then we're going to use our fingers just to splay out some of those different little veins or bits of the feather. So you see I'm just gonna, not following exactly, but just curving it in just along that line. And then this is just gonna make a really nice dimensional embellishment. Feathers are very trendy right now. Okay. So then you're just gonna carefully fold up those different little tips. Okay, so let me set that aside for a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit of adhesive on this mat, and I will post the dimensions for these cardstock mats below. This one I did a really skinny mat for, just wanted a little bit of that chocolate peeking out. And then I'm going to cut up some of these foam square scraps so that I can pop up that layer. I'm gonna wait to put those on real quick. Let me go ahead and stamp that shadow stamp first. You don't ever want to stamp onto a popped up layer because it's not going to get all of your image. You're going to have kind of a depression there where it goes down. All right, so I'm just going to stamp this off to the right. I just love how that looks. That goes with anything, but it's just really beautiful with nature images. And I'll go ahead and stamp this all the best below, and this would be excellent for a Father's Day card, graduation, really anything will work for all the best, just letting someone know you're thinking of them. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up this feather over that shadow stamp, so it just kind of frames it up nicely, makes a little natural looking mat for it. Peel off your backing. Just put it right on there, like that. And then we'll take the rest of the dimensional pieces, cut a few more. I hope you like this new setup. I had a lot of people request a top view, so my husband came up with something that works for me, and I think I'm going to like it as well. Easier than pulling out the tripod. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll just put that right on the base. And then the last thing to do, I just wanted to have just one more little embellishment. So I'm going to thread this raffia through my button. So you're going to start threading it through the front side, going to the back, splitting up a little bit. There we go. Just pull that through. And you can use a glue dot or more dimensionals to add this, but I just really liked how that Kraft button looked next to the linen. And just trim it down. And then just that straw from the raffia. This looks so pretty with that linen texture. Kind of a burlap texture. Kind of be whatever you want it to be. I'm just going to put it right there. Accent that corner. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please send me suggestions for different techniques that you would like to see, or different stamp sets, or if there's a particular image that you haven't seen me use and would like more ideas for. Please visit my blog at Hands, Head, and Heart. I also wanted to let you know that today's card was inspired by a challenge that we recently had on StampTV. To use 3 different shades of brown, and so that just kind of got me thinking about what would be really pretty with the feather. Thank you for watching.